Hello everybody, this is Pun, and as Battlefield 5 goes live for everybody tomorrow, I feel like I'm going to go ahead and put a review out on the game, as I've now played it enough to feel that I can, give a proper review and opinion on the gameplay. And I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this game because it is kind of a refresh back to what we have known to love with Battlefield. And I will go ahead and say it, and I think once they have got this game cleaned up and they get the bugs fixed, that this will probably be the best Battlefield I've ever played. So I'm going to go ahead and cover a few things that I really like and what I don't like about the game. All right, so the best things I like about the game, number one, is the gunplay. The gunplay is the best that I have ever played in any first-person shooter, and it is absolutely amazing. The guns shoot well. They feel like they should. There is enough of a skill gap that good players are really good, and that there's enough room for people that are struggling that they can learn and become better with these guns. Some of them are quite difficult to use. Some of them are really easy. There's some really strong guns. There's some weaker guns. And once you get them upgraded in a way that, suits you best, I think you'll find that most of the guns will work out well for you. The second thing I really like about this game is the immersion within the game. I think the graphics and the audio effects within the game are second to none. I believe you will find that we'll have a hard time finding any game that is as pretty as Battlefield 5. And audio just matches just how beautiful the game is graphically. And with that, you will find that you will see some of the craziest and best destruction that you've ever seen in any Battlefield game. And I think a lot of people will enjoy that. And it does help on that immersion. Third thing I really like about this game is the maps. In particular, Devastation is my favorite map. Eris, Rotterdam, Twisted Steel, and Phil 652 are all fun maps to really play, and they do suit my infantry playstyle. And even Twisted Steel, being as big as it is, I still enjoy it. Squad play, I think you'll find that this is probably the best Battlefield in terms of squad play that people will play, provided you have a good squad. You'll find that if you have a really tight-knit squad that works together, you will control the map and control the game, which is really good. Now let's talk about some okay things that maybe some people like, some people don't like. Personally, I like attrition. I think that with the adjustments that they've made, that attrition works. There is enough ammo, you have enough heals. Don't really have a problem with ammo. Just make sure that you know where the ammo depots and the medical depots are, and you build them, as you capture a flag. That way other people can use them. And I think you'll find that if you do that and you scavenge as you kill people, you won't have any problem with any ammo or with heals. The problem, though, as I see right now, is that there's just not enough people that are reviving, even though they know that they can't. People just need to learn and take the necessary risk. If a person is holding their revive, more than likely, it's a good bet that you could probably revive them safely. So that is the good things. Let's talk about the worst things. Okay, the worst thing, the number one worst thing in this game is the squad lobby system and the spawning. I cannot stand it. I have had nothing but problems trying to join all my friends, and it might be a legacy bug with the Origin integration, which is something I've talked about in the past over and over again, and it continues to be a problem, obviously, in Battlefield. Word has it, though, that they are looking at it. I got that word today from Striderex. We'll see. The UI for customization especially is just very difficult to work through. It can be laid out a lot better so that you don't have to click so much. It could be a lot more efficient that you can go through, and the fact that you cannot actually, upgrade or customize your weapons in the game other than putting skins on or putting a sight on is rather ridiculous in my opinion. Another thing that I think is really bad about the game kind of goes along with audio. Although the audio effects are great, the positional audio, specifically footsteps, are terrible. And obviously, I think this is a bug. I think they're looking into it right now. I believe Florian is actually looking for video so they can help to determine what the problem is. But you definitely cannot hear people coming right beside you. And usually, by the time you do hear them, it's too late because they're already shooting at you. Lastly, I think not really lastly, but in terms of gameplay, I think the vehicles really need a lot of work still. Tanks especially, just don't really see much use for them. I mean, you can get in there, and if you camp and you sit on a hill and you kind of stay away from flags, you might do pretty good. But if you push onto flags where there's going to be enemy infantry, more than likely, you're going to get destroyed pretty quick. You might be able to get one or two picks off, but if you're not pushing with your team, and you're trying to go in there and capture a flag by yourself, more than likely you just signed your own death warrant. So I think tanks need a little bit more help because I think the balance with infantry is a little off right now. And then lastly, engine optimization. There is a lot of people with pretty decent computers right now that are having issues with running the game. The engine is demanding on your CPU, and even if you have a really nice CPU, people are having issues with stuttering in DirectX 11 and DirectX 12 in various forms. A lot of frame rate drops depending on the map. So it's something that DICE really needs to kind of look at to try to better optimize the game and to figure out what in the world's going on. One of the issues that I think might be an issue is the fact that we're forced to use TAA, anti-aliasing. If we were able to turn that off, I think we would actually gain a lot of frame rates. So in any case, that's really it. I mean, you know, I want to just go ahead and say it. I'm really loving this game a lot, and I think it's well worth a buy. It's definitely better than Battlefield 1, and it reminds me a lot of Battlefield 3. In the state that it's in now, it reminds me of Battlefield 3 when Battlefield 3 first came out, where the gameplay was really good, but there was just a lot of bugs that we had to deal with, and you know, but as they cleaned the game up, the game just got really good. And I think that's what's going to be the case for Battlefield 5. At least that's what I'm hoping. I think Battlefield 5 is a fantastic game. And as I said, if you're an infantry player, the gunplay is, in my opinion, the best that you'll ever have. So, with that being said, I hope that they do look at a couple things like time to death. I think it's a little bit fast. There is some instances where you feel like you might be dying around corners. That may be due to the bullet penetration that is a factor in this game now, or it could actually be that you're dying around corners and you shouldn't be. With that being said, though, overall, I think you're going to find that the gunplay is solid. And typically speaking, the servers are pretty stable. Really, guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. The game is fantastic. I'm loving it. And I'm hoping that you give this game a chance, as it definitely wasn't marketed the best. It is well worth giving it a shot. All right, guys, this is Pud. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for listening. And if you did like the video, hit like. If you didn't, hit the dislike. Leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. What's your favorite gun? What's your favorite map? I'd love to hear what you think yourself about it. Personally, my favorite gun right now is the Gewehr 43. And I think probably, like I said, my favorite map is Devastation. You guys have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.